Well, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, May the 16th, 2021. Ascension Sunday, as a matter of fact. And that's funny because I'm usually, paying more attention to to the uh, to the church year, and very aware that we're coming up on the second cycle of all of these holidays. But you know what? I totally forgot about Ascension Sunday this week, this year. I don't know why. I think we just kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and as I was planning the weeks ahead, and I just kind of whiffed on it, which is, I think, okay. And I'll bet you, had I not mentioned it, I'm pretty sure I would not be getting a deluge of emails saying, "Hey, Mike, what about Ascension Sunday? You're asleep at the switch there." Didn't happen. So I hope everybody is well. The vaccines are really starting to roll, and really positive signs coming from south of the border in the United States, where they're a little bit ahead of us, and they're talking about getting back to something approaching normal sooner than later, which is exciting. And you know what, in a way, I don't know if this is selfish or not, but I wonder if watching the experiment in the States kind of play out ahead of us might be of some benefit to Canadians. They seem to be about a month to 6 weeks ahead of time from us. So if they're going to go back to some kind of normal, taking masks off, lessening rules about social distancing, opening up different parts of their economy, if they're going to start doing that 6 weeks or a month ahead, or 2 months ahead of us, then we're going to have that data to follow, and it could just well be that we're going to have their experience to benefit from. There you go. Glass is half full. Sabina got her shot yesterday, and that was exciting. Down at the YMCA in Orleans, where I think many of you have had your shots. That was good. It worked out pretty well. They were a little bit behind, and we think that's because it was a Saturday. So a lot of folks like Sabina who work during the week had to go on Saturday. And it was what I found interesting about seeing the folks there is being a member of Generation X. So Generation X are people who are around 50 years old, like me and Sabina. We are I think we are the smallest cohort, generationally speaking, in the country. We're something like less than 8% of the people. So when we go out and about, I'll do this little game with myself, because I am a little bit of a demographics nerd, and I'll say, okay, well, I'll think, how many people of my age do I see out and about? And there'll be days where I don't see anybody, or just very, very few. But when you go to something like this vaccination clinic, where they're doing, like, it was interesting to see all these people who are like 45 to 55ish type sort of age. Kind of fun. Anyway, so she got her shot. Everything's good, and I guess there was a study that came out of the Great Britain saying that, my mother told me this because she's really up on these things, that the 4 month period between getting the shot and getting your booster is of greater benefit than the 2 or 3 weeks or whatever they said initially. So anyway, that's good too. Things to be thankful for. I had a good week. As you all know, anybody who follows me on Facebook knows, is probably all too aware that I'm kind of a dog person. And last year, our golden doodle Patty died just at the beginning of the pandemic, and we went without a dog for a little while. I think like maybe 3 weeks. Wasn't any kind of time at all. We got Pixie, little Jack Russell. At least that's what our papers say. And she was not socialized very well at all from her first owner. She's already 9 years old. She was already 8 years old when we got her. So, fully fledged in so many different ways. And she just stranger danger and all that kind of stuff. Take her out for walks, and she would, anyway, got her shots. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a flyer. I'm going to do a managed risk. I'm going to take her out to the dog park early in the morning. So I think it was last Sunday, I went out about 6 in the morning and take her to see what would happen. Took her off her leash, and she stuck with me. She didn't bolt or take off or anything like that. And I was really, really pleased. And then she encountered another dog, and they played nicely. And the rest is history. We've been able to bring her to the park every single day after that. And that's good. So I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a picture of Pixie at the park. Where is the Pixie? You got the park picture. Oh, it's not here. Oh, darn. Oh, just a second here. I'm going to bring it over here. Pixie at the park. I got to go to share screen. And there she is. Pixie at the park. And that's Heritage Park in Orleans. Gorgeous place to bring a dog. It's just like the trail. I'm going to pause this. The trail's about 1.5 kilometers or so. And you get to kind of do a nice little winding walk and, the nice pathway. And anyway, there's Pixie having a good time. We'll see if oh, there she is in motion. Kind of a blurry picture. Kind of hard to get a picture of dogs, especially any dog that I seem to have. They're just always moving. And then when you try to point the camera at them, they know. They're like, get that camera out of my face, which is pretty much like most of the people in my life. So who could blame her? Yep. What else did I want to mention? Annual meeting. Again, I cannot thank people enough for coming out to that, especially after a year of this. People are getting Zoom fatigue. I know that I'm getting Zoom fatigue. And once again, we were hindered by the internet in the church. The internet in the church is a funny thing. It's fast. Like when it's like firing on all cylinders, it is fast. And I do a little speed test on my phone, and I'm like, wow, this is fast. It's faster than I have at home by far. And that's exciting. But what it isn't, it's not consistent. It stops. It'll stop on you. And once it stops, when you're hosting a live event, everything goes south. So it was kind of stuttery and jittery. It might also be because we had two feeds going at the same time. Honestly, it would have been better had everyone stayed home. It would have been better if it was just me in my dining room running things, and Phil at home and Cam at home and everybody else at home. But we are a inclusive church, and we want to be radically so. And that means we do whatever we can to make it as accessible as possible, even as we know that there are many people who are just not going to bother showing up, or just realize that it's not for them because the technology is not their thing. So we had good quorum. We had 20. We had more than we needed. We needed 20 people. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank everybody for their patience. And you're also very gracious to me. I didn't. You are so gracious. I didn't get an email or anything like this sent to me this week saying, "Oh, Mike, boy, did you ever mess that up?" No one did that. They never do. People are wonderful. You are wonderful, and I'm very grateful for that. Speaking of wonderful, this week I'm focusing on the blessings of COVID. And I read Psalm 40, which is my favorite psalm. It's not a coincidence that it's also a U2 song. I read that because it has both lament and celebration in it. And there's lots to lament, but there's also always something to celebrate. I really believe that. I believe there's always something to celebrate. And so what I did was I gathered some colleagues of mine from our area, Reverend Eric Hubert-Daly, Reverend Nancy Best, and Shanna Bernier, to come together and talk about the blessings of COVID. And what I found that was really interesting, especially from Eric and Shanna, just different ways of doing ministry that I hadn't thought of. And so anyway, that's the sermon this week, is a conversation with those folks. And the rest of it is, we got some nice music. It's so nice to have Angela sing for us. So nice to have Paul play for us. I love my little connection with Trina every week. So we got that, of course. And Sabina's again, our lay reader. What we're doing now is we're recording every second week. So on Wednesday nights, every second Wednesday night, we come together and we do 2 services worth of music and liturgy. Actually, just the music. The liturgy we just do at our house until the order is lifted. This week, though, I'm going to see if Paul's game. I hope he is. Yeah, this is my favorite mug. One of them. So what we do is we do the music twice. We do 8 songs. We do 6 pieces of liturgical music. And this week I want to do it outside. So I'm really excited because I got a little thing. I bought myself a new little toy. And hopefully what I'll be able to do with this is, right now I'm limited with the camera. I can only put in 1 sound source. This I should be able to put in more than that. So I'm hoping this will be Angela singing. This will be me speaking, and one of these guys here will be Paul's keyboard. And then I can take all of this with my headphones and I can mix it all and get it all to a good balance, and then take it out of here and put it into the camera, and we can have multiple sound sources. And that way, I feel like, because I don't like just having one sound source. I like to have more than one. Anyway, we've been limited in what we can do. So I got this, and I'm going to play with it. So that's my acquisition for y'all this week. And we'll fire this up and we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't work, well, we'll just add it to the pile of things that don't work. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna go. It's time for church. And it's funny, the people who are always closest to the church are always the ones who are latest to the church. And it's 10:30, and if I don't stop this, I'm gonna be late. I want to watch it with you. So, what did she get? Oh, Pfizer. Got the Pfizer. Although our attitude is whatever it was, we'll take it. But I got mine last month. She got hers yesterday. We were able to sign up. Aiden's getting his on May the 27th. And the other two kids, Naomi and Isaac, we can sign them up on May 31st. I think we can sign them up for the mass immunization clinics. And then we'll all be done. And on to the next stage of getting back to live as we previously knew and enjoy it. All right, goodbye. That's enough of this.